Hello there, Carrie Rhodes here for Trinity Stamps. Make sure when you pop in to say hello in the chat. And hi, Tess. Good morning. Thank you for popping in and joining me. I appreciate that. I haven't live streamed in a while. So I'm trying to work out all the bugs, make sure I've got everything working right. So thank you. I am demonstrating a card today that I shared, hi Justine, at Creativation. So I'm excited about that. Just making sure I had all my parts and pieces ready to go this morning. Yes, I appreciate that. I know there's another big live going on this morning, so plenty of choices out there in the world. I so am happy that you're here. Yeah, so you guys are loving the outer space release. I already know from both of you, but tell me in the chat, what is your favorite from the Trinity Stamps release, if you already know. I have a favorite for sure, maybe two, and I'm going to use both of those today. So also, I wanted to make sure you guys saw over here, I'm getting some of my, crafty space all designed. I have another shelf that's going to go in the middle there, but we have a little putty to fill there. Yes, tiny alien. Thanks, Sarah. I'm so glad you're here. Yeah, I've been collecting things and working on it. This little rainbow here, it lights up, but when I turn it on, I feel like it kind of just looks like this giant bright blobs. But let's try it. I'm going to turn it on and you guys tell me what you think. Okay, hold on. Is it too much? Yeah, see, it just looks like a blob. It's not as cute on video because when I look at it, I can see pink, orange, yellow, blue. Hey, boys. Thanks for watching. Oh, Tess loves the space cow. I think it's really cute too. The Milky Way. Tiny Alien has to be my favorite. I also am in love with the Space Field press plate. It's so good, so good. How is summer break going for the boys? What are you guys up to? What's happening to keep you busy this summer? Besides watching my life, because I know that's the funnest part, but yeah, tell me what y'all are doing. All right, I'm going to switch cameras now. We're going to kind of look at what things I'm using today. And let me know in the chat if you can still hear me. Sometimes I have issue with switching cameras and the sound going away. Yes, that press plate is scrumptious. Absolutely nothing, Mal. What? You're not doing any swimming, hanging out with the friends, riding your bike? I gotta move this a tiny bit. Oh, good. I'm glad you can still hear me. So this is the main star of the show. I feel like my camera's backwards. And I'm going to turn this into a light up because we all know and love the candle light. So I'm going to pair these two together. I'm going to give it a outer space theme. And let me see if I take this off. Oh, that's going to help me so much. Now things are not backwards. Okay, so candlelight, cupcake card, and we're going to add in the outer space flare. So I'm going to use Tiny Alien. This is how I'm storing my dies because we had some smaller things come out in this release at Trinity Stamps. So we've got the tiny UFO, and then on this side I have my tiny astronaut and my space saucer. That's going to drive me crazy with these little dies not on their magnet. There are some little pieces, but if you look at the picture for these dies, it's really easy to put this all together, and he's so cute. I'll show you a card with him. And okay, on my card I've got the space saucer, I've got tiny astronaut, and the little alien. And it also uses our new double slider die set. Do you see? Isn't it so cute? And it's a shaker. So there you can see your astronaut. This is the space saucer and tiny alien in pink. Isn't that cute? And then I've got the numbers here. This is in that double slider, and it says counting down the days until I see you again. I love it. Sarah, did you make a sentiment like that? I can't remember. It's so cute. It's I got to perfect my double slider because it doesn't move up very smoothly. But I since learned a tip from Sarah Liz about curling your little attachment piece. Game changer. So anyways, there's that. I'm also using the stamp set, the Hey Cupcake stamp set, and it is good for this candle. Plus, we love these parts right here. It says push and blow out your candle. Yes, really, using that. Okay, I need that. Thank you, Sarah. Yes, counting down the days till I see you again. Sarah has a printable for that. If you're not familiar with Sarah's channel, it's Sassy's LLC. Sassy's LLC. That's where her goodies can be found, all her things. Okay, this is the Starfield letterpress plate. So you can do, press into your paper. You can also do hot foiling, which I love. So it's got little dots and little like sparkles in it, different sizes, all like randomly spread out. You're the best, Sarah. Okay, so with that, the sentiment I'm using is from the We've Come for Cake. The aliens are, beaming up some cake for a party, or the cow. There's a farm, cookies. Cookies would be nice. And then we have Happy Birthday Earthling. That's the one I'm going to use. I'm also using a fat star. It's right here in the Astronomical Gnomes set. And this is what I use to stamp push on. Hey, Tracy, or T. I'm calling you T now because everybody else is. I hope we're, good enough friends for me to call you T. So if you haven't seen the Astronomical Gnomes, it's all over the Trinity Stamps channel, Instagram, blog, all the things. This is, see, I perfected my double slider after I learned Sarah's tip. So I've got a sentiment comes out the bottom, happy belated birthday. And then out the top comes this guy that's like floating away on his balloon. And then this guy's floating up into the sky with his balloons. Oops, I'm light years away. Isn't that fun? Okay, so those are just some examples because I'm not featuring these sets, like as far as the cute parts, just little pieces. So I wanted to show you that. Okay, also I have the Crater Layers stencil we're going to use, and there's a coordinating die. The die cuts out the whole crater, or it cuts out with this die right here, just the edge. So it kind of just depends on what you need. You can cut out the little meteor, crater, asteroid, whatever. There's also this die that cuts out stars and shines and dots. Love it. Thank you, Sarah. So this card I'm going to make, I have to tell you, is very similar to a card that Tracy from Not Afraid of Color has also made. So you're going to want to check out her channel as well. Both of these fabulous ladies are on our Trinity Stamps design team, as well as Justine, who's in the chat, Stationery by Justine. So see those people in the chat, you should click over and follow their channels as well. So, okay, we're going to get started with some stenciling. I'm going to bring in that Crater Layers stencil. Look at this thing. So good. I have pixie spray on mine, so I've just stuck it to the front of my packaging there. So we're going to do this most open layer first. So I've stuck that down. I'm going to bring in one of my favorite colors, Twisted Citron. It's so good. And then if we're doing stenciling, we got to have our blending buddy brushes. We're going to pop that, crack it like an Easter egg. Then we're going to bring in our pad and just rub that on there to collect some color. You can tell mine's well used, well loved. And so I'm only going to put on a little bit at a time. I'm always going to start ink blending off of the paper. I'm not going to put this right here. I'm going to make like a perfect circle, and that's just not cute. So I'm going to work my way onto the paper. And I'm always going to start with a light hand because I can always go in and add more ink, but I can never take it away. So that is a really good thing to remember anytime you're doing stenciling, anytime you're doing ink blending. that should use some tape right there. We're just going to go this way. Little more adhesive needed on that bottom strip. So you can always make this darker if you need to, or stop if you like it light. But if you come in with a heavy hand to start with, you don't have those choices. Okay, so we're going to go with that. There's layer number 1. Now we're going to do this layer right here, and there's etched lines in this stencil, so you can easily line this up with what you've already done. And mine, being that it's been inked up, it works great for lining up because those etch lines have kind of been filled in with ink. Okay, so we're going to switch to a darker green color now. I'm going to do Mowed Lawn. Same brush, pick up a little bit of color. I'm doing my darker color second so that I don't have to worry about like cleaning my brush off or anything like that. So here, when I start, I'm starting on the stencil and working my way into the openings. And then we'll have these craters that coordinate, but they're also a little bit darker. So this seems kind of weird of a thing to go onto a cupcake, right? But you'll see how it all plays together. I really love watching like cooking shows, baking shows, you know, things like that. And so this is kind of my like stylized outer space cupcake. And I'm pretty sure I could win Cupcake Wars with this cupcake. Yeah, I don't know about yumminess, you know, because it's paper, but for cuteness, for sure, for sure. Okay, now I am bringing in something that has not yet been released at Trinity Stamps, but some smaller blending brushes. Look for these in the near future to hit the shop, but this is going to really help us get in and do these smaller detailed areas, which I'm doing with black soot. It's a go-to color. I use it all the time. I've been playing with the Trinity Stamps upcoming release, and I've been using black soot a lot lately. So you could leave this really light so it would come out, you know, a little bit gray. If you want it darker, come in, add a little bit more, add another layer. But this brush is really going to help me get into those little layers, those little openings. Okay, we're going to see how that looks. Love it. So fun to just color these in really crazy colors. I am super excited for these brushes too, right? Promises. Oh gosh, yes, I know, it's terribly exciting. Okay, we're going to put this aside to clean later, you know, in like 2 weeks when I make another card. Okay, done with that. And look, I brought baby wipes to clean up after myself. So nice to have that. Okay, we've got our crater done. Now we need to die cut it so we can use it for our project. So I'm going to bring back that messy thing. There we go. And I'm going to grab the whole stencil or the whole die to cut out this whole big thing. And this is going to cut the top and the bottom. But if you did this on a panel that was, the rest of it was like going to be your card, you know, you could just cut the top. And I guess not on a panel, but if you were going to, if this is at the bottom of the card, you could just cut the bottom. Okay, you would cut the top off. And also you can use that stencil and do more layers down. So cutting off the top would be handy. Don't listen to me. I always get everything backwards. Okay, I'm going to cut this out on the side here where I have my die machine. And then we've got this whole crater piece. What is happening? It didn't actually cut the bottom. I think my plate was a little bit off. We'll try that again. Okay, I think we got it this time. Yes, there's our crater. It's kind of like the moon surface too. You could use it for that. I know that you guys have been using this a lot. It's so great for setting your outer space scenes. So if you have other, you know, UFO, astronauts, aliens, anything outer space related, this is like the perfect addition to your collection. So you can really make some cute scenes with all your things. So we're going to put this down onto a teal piece of paper. I got to open up my glue. I had it all ready to go. So it should just flow today. Yay, it does. Okay, we're going to glue this down. And I'm going to put it here a little up from the bottom. And then we're going to bring the cupcake in. This is going to be the bottom of our cupcake. So we kind of want to decide like where this is going to go. I want some of those, you know, craters to show. So I'm going to put mine right about here. We'll take this so it stays right where we want it. Do you guys use your tape until it like disintegrates? Because I do. Oh yes, yes, the gummy worms. That would be so cute. Words are hard. Also, I feel like it's been a hot minute since I've done a live that I did not have Lynn of LV Handcrafted running. You know, I'm running all the things myself. So that makes it a little bit trickier. Okay, I'm just die cutting this here off to the side, running that through my machine because it shakes my table so bad. And then I have to move all the things. It fell out. There it is. But I loved putting the crater on before die cutting the cupcake liner because it presses those lines into it. So now we have this super cute cupcake liner that is themed to go with our cupcake. So we're going to put that aside and we're just going to get all the pieces ready before we start building our cupcake. So the next thing I want to get ready is the cake to go in this cupcake liner. And for that, I have already cut out the actual cake itself, and I need to grab my blending brush for that. Okay, this and this. Oh, this is orange. Okay, we've got some tea dye ink here, and we're just going to put a little bit of color across the bottom of this. So you could use a smaller blending brush for this as well. I picked some watercolor paper for this today, just so it kind of give me a little bit of like cakey texture. So not a lot of that is going to show, so I'm just going to do the edge. Really simple, just like that. And then our cake is ready. So we'll move on. I forgot like a towel to dry my desk. This is a glass top desk, so it takes a little longer to dry. All right, so now we're going to need our frosting. And my frosting, I already pre-hot foiled with that star-filled press plate that I'm so in love with. So you can see what it looks like because, and it's kind of hard on here to just see what that's going to look like. But that hot foiled is just magical. And this is a silver with a little iridescent shine to it. Isn't it yummy? Yes, gummy worms are evergreen. How many things can we add gummy worms to? I love it. Okay, so for this one, I wanted to get a little bit of a galaxy vibe. So I'm going to have like a little galaxy frosting. And having this plate makes creating galaxy backgrounds so easy. Oh my gosh, I'm so impressed with that. So I've got my little blenders here. And I'm going to do 3 different colors. So I have Prize Ribbon, Mermaid Lagoon, and Villainous Potion. All right, so we're going to start with our lightest blue. And this one's going to go right through the middle. And what I want to do here is kind of try to angle this. So I'm going to start kind of, oh, do you see what I did? I started right on the paper. Didn't I just tell you not to do that? You get a really harsh line. Yeah. I wanted you to see what it actually looks like. We just put a gummy worm there. It'll be fine. Okay, so I'm really going to start with a small line and then kind of try to soften out the edges and blend that out, because we were going to overlap this with black, and having that little area where they can overlap each other and blend together is really good. Okay, so we got our lightest blue. Now we'll come in with our darker blue, and I can use the same brush. So I'm going to do this one, load it up. I'm going to do this one kind of in this bottom corner. Ooh, it's so good. Okay, so when you use this for hot foiling, which you don't have to, you can do your better press with this. What's happening though with the hot foil is that it resists the ink, which is so cool, because you can hot foil this, add ink to it, and then just buff it off if you have any that's sitting on top. Okay, for my purple, I'm going to do another little section right here towards the top. You guys have any other fun plans today? It is the Cherry Festival in the neighboring town. I live in Eagle, Idaho. And in Emmett, Idaho, which is just up the hill from me, they have the Cherry Festival. So I kind of want to go by there today. We'll see if it works out or not, but that would be fun. Okay, so I've got black soot. I'm going to come in and kind of fill in these open areas, and I'll blend the two together. Now you can always go back in with your colors and add more if you need to. This is where I really want to come in with a light hand and then darken it up as I go. So you can see I'm really being soft with this. As your brush runs out of ink, you can always press harder. But when my brush is fully loaded, I tend to really come in soft, like I'm, dusting grandma's china. Isn't that fun? Look at it's coming together so good. Okay, we're going to come in light, soft, gentle, kind of figure out what we're doing before we bring in lots of ink and more pressure. And when you kind of know, then you can, go to town, really darken up these areas. The little brush makes, really easy work of this. You're getting good coverage, but you can focus into a smaller area. Do a little darker right here. Oh my, cute. This might be the best one I've done. Isn't that fun? Just use this to kind of go around the edges. I know we've been doing a lot of galaxy backgrounds on the Trinity channel. Yes, cherry season. Emmett, this smaller town, is known for their cherries. Cherry orchards up there. I've gone up there and picked my own cherries before, and it's so fun because I am short and cherry trees are short, so I was like, am I gonna have to climb a ladder? No, there's no ladder climbing. Washington's also known for cherries. Is that true, Tess? Cherries, peaches? I think so. Okay, so look, our pieces are coming together. We've got our cupcake liner, we've got our cake, we've got our frosting. It's so good. Okay, but we have so many more fun things to put on here. One of them is going to be Tiny Alien. So let's bring him out. And I got to pick up a little bit of things. Okay, I already have die cut a little bit. So I have the head and the body. Look at how cute. He's my boyfriend. He is my boyfriend. Okay, I'm going to do two because he's going to stand on top of our cupcake and I don't want him to, get all willy-nilly. It is cute enough to eat. Yes, apples too. Yeah, I have driven to Washington a few times, like last year and this year. And so we've driven by orchards and all the things. And they have these like little stands that you can stop at and it says fruit antiques. I never stopped, but I really wanted to. And I wanted to get some fruit and some antiques because I was really thinking it probably wasn't antique fruit, right? Do you know what I'm talking about, Tess? Have you seen these places? Okay, so now we need to cut his face. And I like to use a little rip and stick on the back because this is tiny. It's so tiny. And so is this. So beansy. So having a little bit of rip and stick sheet on the back, super handy and makes it easy to put all the things together. So I have my tiny die machine for my tiny dies. It's so handy. And then we just need the white. Hopefully everything stayed in there. Very good. We need some white for the eyeballs. So we'll take a little scrap of paper and do that. This one is not so tiny, so I don't actually have rip and stick sheet on the back of this one, but you could. A person could do that. This person probably has done it before. Oh gosh, Tracy, maybe I'm spilling the tea here, but do you have like a super cute alien card coming out? Yeah, it's not yet out? I try to watch all your girls' videos and Sire's videos because I just like to feel connected with you guys and see what you're making. It makes me happy. Okay, let's put this die back so I don't lose it. And we'll put our little alien together. But you know, you got to dress up your die cuts. That's how I feel. So I'm going to pick one of these. It's going to be the front. And we're going to do a little bit of something, something with him. Bring in a small blending brush, maybe some mowed lawn. And we're just going to give a little color right here on his tummy. I'm trying to be really light-handed so I don't know, make it too dark, but just add a little something to give him a little bit of interest. I think that's good. See there? That's kind of fun. Okay, then I'm going to bring in a marker and I'm going to just add a little bit of darker green right here. There's a little indented spot in his ears. There's a little indented spot in his antenna. We'll add that in. He is darling. Okay, we'll keep that out. I'm going to use that again. We're going to go ahead and add his head to his body. Just a little bit of glue. But you can see he's like really delicate little pieces. So that's why I wanted to add a second one to the back. So he doesn't get, you know, too bent up in travel. Okay, let's come in with these little guys and my favorite tool of all time. I'll grab the smile and figure out where I want that, because you can kind of play with this face a little bit, and you know, depending on how far apart you put the eyes or how far down, how far up, all those things, you can move the black piece that I'm about to put on. You can play with that as far as having him look straight, having him look to the side. And there's a little, it's kind of two pieces here. Oh, golly gee, see what I'm saying? There's like a center, I'm going to poke that out, that you could use. It's really small. Okay, let's see. Let's have him look to the side. I haven't done that yet, so that'll be fun. Oh, I got it. Don't worry. Hey, I have to say a big shout out to Tess. Tess was with me at the Scrapbook Expo in Puyallup, Washington, one of the times I drove there. And she helped me with my class. It was so nice to have a helper. Sandy, hello. Oh, bye, Justine. Enjoy the wedding. I'm so glad you stopped by to say hi. Do you love the tiny alien, Sandy? Oh, he's so cute. Okay, so now I left the marker out so we could come in and just give him a little freckle situation. Right? Oh, and his belly button. We're going to just fill that in because that is the cutest. Look at him. Do you love him? I'm so glad you had fun helping me in my class. It's one of those classes that is really handy to have somebody helping you for sure. So I haven't always had a helper and it was just so nice. Okay, so I'm going to put my extra alien body on so he's a little bit more sturdy. And look how handy this glue press is for this. We'll just put that on and then I can use the head to kind of sandwich the body, but I'm going to make sure I've got all his extremities lined up. And then it won't show from the front. Have you guys, do you guys use the glue press? I have finally refilled it and I put Barely Art glue in mine. It's going good so far. Okay. He is raring to go. He's cute as can be. Let's see how things are looking over here. Oh yeah, he's gonna go up there. All right, we have our candle. I already colored. This is from that Hey Cupcake stamp set. This you gave away, you didn't love it. I always think, like, I don't know that I got the best one of this, what's precision glue press. Like, I do sometimes have to squeeze it really hard. So I'm trying it again. All right, here's my sentiment. Happy birthday, Earthling. Remember, this is from that We've Come for Cake stamp set. I embossed it on purple paper so I could bring out some of that purple. Okay, so we've got that ready to go. And then we're going to just start building our card. Okay, we're going to add in that candlelight and make this a blowout candle card. I guess it maybe just does take a little bit of time to change your ways. Okay, what I have done here is I've cut out the card base from our cupcake shape card set, and I've done that from black. I wanted a black border around my cupcake because you will have a little bit of border on this. Okay, and then I'm going to add my black candle where I want it. So I kind of just need to figure out where I want the candle to go. So I'm going to bring in my frosting and my little alien so I can just kind of play with that. Yeah, I feel good about that. Whoa, now I moved it. Placement. Oh, that's the wrong side. This is the side I want up because it's already got the adhesive on it. I put some rip and stick sheet on it. So let's do some liquid glue and then I can test my placement one more time and make sure I want it maybe a little bit more over this way. Okay, I think that's good. You know, I've already made this card, so I kind of have an idea of how I want the things to go. Okay, so that's going to go there. We're going to pull out our candlelight. Isn't this just the funnest thing? I love the candlelight so much. Battery, where's the battery? Okay, so the battery's got a plus symbol on it. The light itself has a plus symbol. We just want to put the plus symbol in from this crescent moon side. So those plus symbols line up. This is going to be bright. Okay. And then this piece right here, there's a little square underneath it. The yellow thing is the actual light. Underneath it, there's a tiny rectangle. That is like a microphone. So that is what allows you to blow out this candle, is that sound. Now, some friends, we have tried other things, yelling at it. Who was that? Who was that tried yelling at it? It didn't work. It's kind of that, it goes over that microphone and really helps it to blow out. So if you got somebody that's going, you know, like a little delicate, no, you got to blow on this candle like you mean it. Okay. So that's what you need to tell people. We're going to put this so that the light is pretty much center of the flame. And that makes this microphone be at the skinny neck part of our candle. Okay. That's where we want it. All right, we're going to wait to stick this on, but we're going to need some foam tape to go across all of this. Yes, hi. Oh my gosh, is it Kamato, your name? Christine? Tell me so I don't embarrass myself. Hi, Denise. Welcome. Oh, it leaked. Oh no, Tracy. Okay, so we're going to need to put adhesive on here, but I don't want to get this where I don't want it. So now I'm going to bring in my cupcake. Whenever you're making this cupcake shape card, you really want to build from the bottom up, kind of like you would with a cupcake. You don't start with the frosting, right? You're going to put your liner in. You're going to see how mine's like, oh, dying, running out. You're going to always start with your liner and then fill it with cupcake, and then your frosting. So when you stick this down, you're going to have that border on 3 sides. And then we do our cake. I don't know. See, this has been an issue for me, but I have used them. Okay, we're going to tuck this under. Scoot it so it lines up. This cupcake only lines up one way. So make sure you've got it the right way. Kristen. Oh, good. Thank you. I get that mixed up sometimes. Kristen. Hello from South Alabama. Whenever I say Alabama, I always want to say Alabama, like Forrest Gump. I want to yell it. I don't know why. Okay, we're going to add our foam tape. Now, I know there's kind of a foam tape shortage right now, so we want our foam tape to be as high up as the battery, the same height as the battery. So you want to just make sure you've got the right foam tape for that. I am using the world's best foam tape. However, I know that she's out right now, so maybe I'll be a little more sparing than I normally am. Okay, I'm putting a little bit of the foam tape right on my actual candlelight so it can come in contact with this candle that we're going to add on. But I, just cut it down. It works great. And then I just want to make sure that my foam tape is not like going to show. So I'm going to trim that. I think we're going to be good with that. I'll bring this in for a little practice run. I'm loving it. Okay, we can remove these. This is actually leftovers from one of my classes. I did a light up class, so you can see it's kind of dirty. So I think I'm going to add a little bit of liquid glue on here just for safe measure. But whenever there's leftovers at the class, I always try to reuse it. I'm not going to waste that, right? Okay, so here we go with our cute galaxy frosting. Dropping that in place. Love. Okay, then we're ready for our candle, which is just going to need a little bit of glue down here at the bottom where it's going to come in contact with the cake itself. We're going to line that up with what we have going on here, the black. candle. And then we're going to test it out. My button's here somewhere. There we go. And because that microphone is at the skinny part of the candle, I do not need to poke a hole anywhere. But now I want to make sure that I put my little star. This is that fat, chubby star that's from the Astronomical Gnomes. It's this guy right here. I stamped it with teal ink. I die cut it out on teal paper. I die cut it out with a coordinating die, and I stamped push from the Hey Cupcake stamp set. That one right there. Okay, so that's going to go over my button. Now, if you're worried about my candlelight being on, you should know that about 30 seconds in, that light will go off by itself. But, you know, I keep pushing it. So there's my little star. I'm going to add some more embellishment to this so it doesn't just hang out there all by itself and look weird, you know. Yeah. Oh, I was going to put some shimmer on here. Shimmer me timbers. Okay, let's do that. And we're just going to wait and see when that light goes out. So I'm going to take a little Perfect Pearl. I'm going to take a paintbrush. I'm going to take some water. I'm going to put a little water in my dish. I have this crazy mister. It's a little Spellbinders mister. I'm just going to mix the Perfect Pearls right like that with some water. We'll do some tapping. I mean, I know we've got the Starfield thing going on, but you know I can't make a galaxy background without a little shimmery splatter. Oh, see, it went off. Okay. Let's take a look. We've got all the kinds of shine and shimmer on there. Love it. All right, we're done with that. And then we can put our little alien on. Oh, he's so cute. Okay, so he's going to have a glue a little bit down here and over here. So at Creativation in April, Trinity Stamps had a booth there, and they made a tiny alien. They made him. Like, cut it out of wood. Tanisa, the owner of Trinity Stamps, her husband is into woodworking. He made a tiny alien. I was like, I'm pretty sure I'm going to get a seat for him on the plane and take him home with me. But I didn't get to, y'all. Okay, there he is holding the candle. He's going to say, Happy Birthday, Earthling. So let's stick that on. Yes, I have to put adhesive on my foam tape. I just have to. I can't have this falling apart later. It'll break my heart. That's going to go right here. And I made a cute thing. I think this is from the Milky Way set, Tessa's favorite, with the astronaut cow. I just cut a strip of paper, folded it in half to make little legs for this, because, you know, our astronaut or our alien, he had to come from somewhere. So this is, I know, not true size compared to that, but it's off in the distance. So we're going to have this just like it landed right there on that crater. Oh my word. Love is in the details. Okay. You want the cupcake now? It's so good. It is so good. There's the link. All the links should be in the description box below if you feel the need for something. You can find it below. Okay, so we need to dress him up just a little bit of sprinkles. So I have, there's a new mix from Trinity. Of course, I didn't put this in the description box, but it has more than just these in it. I just picked out the ones that matched. There's blue sprinkles and like turquoise stars, which is like so perfect for the colors I've got going on here. So I just picked them out. So we're going to stick some on because it's a cupcake. You can have these like galactic sprinkles. This, do you see what I'm saying? I don't know why I have like a defective something with my glue. I might have to go get my other glue. And then we can pick these up. Now, these sprinkles that are long, skinny, you got to really just touch them tenderly because they like to roll. Let me grab my other glue. This one will be just as good. See there? Just kidding. Okay, we got it. We got it. We'll add a star. I cannot really make a card without embellishments. I love them so much. I like cards with dimension. I like cards that have different textures on it. I like shine, you know, I like an element of shine. I just like to mix it all up. I want it to have a lot of interest in it. So you're not going to see a ton of cards from me that are simple. When you do, I always feel like, oh my gosh, look what I did. Because usually if I try to make a simple card, I don't even like it. I'm like, it's missing so much. Yeah. So if you ever see a simple card come out for me, I'm going to be really excited about it because it's simple and I made it and I liked it. You could just put a whole bunch of glue on. You don't have to do this like one at a time, you know. All right, so we've got sprinkles, maybe, I don't know, maybe a little more over here. Maybe another star. I think that's good. I'm loving it. Okay, we got that. I'm going to do a little bit of something on the inside. Okay, this card needs a little bit of direction, right? If somebody has never gotten a candlelight card before in their life, they got to, you know what's happening here. So I have cut out a white panel and I just put the die on the edge of my paper so I could have a white inlay. It's like perfectly sized. So we're going to let this dry. We're going to stamp, of course, our sentiment that says, blow out your candle. Yes, really. So they know. Well, that's all I'm going to do on the inside. And then we'll just glue it in. And then you've got a nice white space you could write on. If you wanted to take the time, you could add another tiny alien in here, which now that I said it, you know, I'm going to have to go and do. All right, so we're just going to take our time because we've got liquid glue, we can, and make sure that this is nice and lined up. So it looks nice from the outside, but also I don't really want to see white when the card is closed. Oh, see, I can see a little bit there, but that also is going to depend on how, you know, you might need to trim a little bit of excess off of there. Yeah, I'm going to be okay with that. It's going to show. All right, it'll be all right. I'll handle it. Okay, so we've got our tiny alien. He's holding the candle. We've got our push there. We can blow it out. Happy birthday, Earthling. It's embossed. So we've got the detail there. We've got the cupcake liner with the lines in it, with the crater. Isn't that fun? And then my little spaceship. It's just so cute. I wish I would have or had a way I could show Tracy's cards because she's got some amazing candlelight cards with outer space theme as well. But you can go find her on Instagram. I don't know if you have them up yet on Instagram, Tracy, but maybe you should. Hers are really cute. So it's different than mine, but it's going to give you even more inspiration with it. So I think it's worth going to check out. She's not afraid of color. You're going to go _afraid of color on Instagram. You can find Tracy there. And look at all these fun things with our outer space release. I hope you guys are enjoying it. I know the design team has been having so much fun making different kinds of light up cards. Our double sliders are so much fun making our spaceships move. And I'm loving it. So I hope you guys are too. All right, let's switch this around if I can do it. All the technical things. There I am. Hey. Okay, that is my card for today. I hope you guys loved it. Like you mean it. Blow it out like you mean it. And also our, oh gosh, I gotta mirror myself. My little wall here. And I have a little shelf. Let's see if I can. It's got some cute little baskets in it. And I have just some cute things on here. Some blending brushes up there. Yeah, I've got some like vintage scissors. Those scissors are pinking shears. And then the ones farther over, those are just like some antique, really big scissors, probably like my teacher had when I was in kindergarten, like big, fat metal scissors. They're a little bit rusty. There's this really cute place in downtown Eagle. The town I live in is small. We have like this super cute downtown area. And there's this place called Sweet Tea Living. I got them there. I love that store. I've got a few cute things in there. Trust me. Yeah. So I thank you guys for coming by today and letting me share my cute things with you, my creations. I appreciate it so much. And yeah, I am back from travel with Trinity Stamps, so I will be able to be doing more lives here on the Trinity channel. So you can watch for that. And we always have videos coming out all the time. These girls in the chat are our video creators, Tracy and Sarah and Justine. So they make amazing things. So make sure if you haven't yet subscribed to the Trinity channel that you go ahead and do that, because you will be inspired. And we have several other video creators as well that they're just awesome. They're fabulous people and great designers too. So thank you so much, Kristen, for coming by. That's okay. Even if you missed the beginning. Yeah, you can always go back and rewatch it. If there's something you feel like you missed and didn't see how to do, you can go check it out. I will get pictures of this card, probably a short little video too, up on the Trinity Stamps Instagram page today. So enjoy your day, enjoy your weekend, and celebrate the fathers in your life, or those that have been a father to you. And I will see you guys again very soon. Happy stamping. Bye.